live stream. My name is Alicia, and in this week's live lesson, we are going to talk about how to use non-textbook resources for your studies. So I'm going to talk about a few different types of study resource. We're going to cover music, movies, TV, books, videos, of course, and some ideas for how you can use them to study. So not just textbooks, yeah? So I hope everybody finds some ideas for the ways that they study any language. You can use this for English, of course, but for other languages too. Okay, so while we wait for others to join us live, a couple quick announcements as always. The first announcement is about this banner at the bottom of the screen. If you have not checked this out, please make sure to take a look. You can find a bunch of free PDF sheets. These have different topics like eating, like going out for food, eating, just generally eating, so food-related vocabulary, business vocabulary. Take a look at these. You can download all of them for free from our website at EnglishClass101.com. Just click the link in the description if you're watching on YouTube or above the video. If you're watching on Facebook, you will find this page right here. Scroll down on this page to find all of the different PDFs you can download, and then there's this 1, 2, 3, 4 step part right here. So if you want to get these, follow these 4 steps to do that. So check that out. I hope that it is helpful for you. Second announcement, as always, if you have questions for me, if you want to ask me a question, you don't have time in the live lesson, you think of it later, like when you're studying, you can send it to me for our weekly question and answer series called Ask Alicia. You can send them to me at EnglishClass101.com/ask-Alicia. There is also a link for this in the YouTube description of this video. So send your questions to me. I will definitely read it and maybe choose it to include in the lesson. Please, 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 please send me your questions. Also, remember, sometimes you send me questions that I've answered on the channel already, so you can search the channel too. Maybe I've already answered your questions. Okay, and if you want to find me on Instagram and Twitter, this is the username. You can find the link for this in the YouTube description too. All right, that's all for announcements. Everyone's here. Hi, everyone. Welcome. On YouTube, Jayla Chumi, hi. Abdullah, hi. Nirmilala from Nepal, hi. Alberto, hello. Steve, hi. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of people today. Manuel from Chile, hello. Okay, and on Facebook, hi Facebook. Facebook, Octavio, hello, thanks. Adrian, hi. Badr, hello. Kenpo, hello. Jorge, Ashin, hello. Wow, there are a lot of people today. Welcome, everybody. Okay, fantastic. Everyone is here. So let's go to today's lesson topic. Also, now that everyone is here, please, 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 please make sure to like this video and share this lesson so that other people can find today's topic. I'm going to share. Boop. Okay, cool. So I've done that. I've liked it. Great. Okay. So let's go to today's topic. I'll show you today's lesson boards now. This is what we are going to talk about today. Okay, so today we're going to cover videos, like social media videos, YouTube, Facebook, movies and TV, books, podcasts, and music, and then some tips for choosing your resources, how to choose, and how to know when you are improving. That's a question I get a lot. So let's begin. I want to start today by talking about videos because, of course, I make videos. So that's probably why most of you are here, right? Okay, so let's start by talking about how we can use videos to study. So I'm going to start by talking about like this kind of video, a YouTube video, a Facebook video, maybe Twitter or Instagram, something like that. How do you use these effectively for your studies? Here are some tips for videos. First, very important, study actively, not passively. So study actively, not passively. What does this mean? So active study versus passive study. Everybody knows what passive study is. Lots of people send me comments about passive study. For example, you turn on one of my videos and you walk away. Like you're cleaning your house or you're studying something else or maybe you're working out, whatever. So you're doing some action and the video is playing in another room or the video is playing somewhere else. You are not focusing on the video, right? That is passive study, right? It's just there, like music in a store, right? You're not focusing on that. Study actively. So what is active study? So that means you sit in front of the video, you watch it, and you actively use your brain. You use your brain to think of new vocabulary words you're hearing. You are using your brain to do some of these things we're going to talk about. So don't just passively study. That's fine to listen to stuff in the background sometimes. Great. But please make sure you also study actively. So one example is shadowing. Shadowing. What is shadowing? Shadowing is when you repeat quickly after someone else. So when you're using a video or maybe podcast as well, you can repeat quickly what the person said. Yeah? So it's a type of speaking practice. You're trying to use the same intonation, the same up and down sounds, and the same rhythm as the speaker. So you're trying to practice those native rhythms, okay? Second point, I'm going to say this many times today. Review. Review, 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 review. Oh my gosh, so important. So what does this mean? This means don't watch a video just one time. I'm finished, I'm done forever. Review the concepts you learned. Review the grammar points. Review the vocabulary. Review challenging sentences and those kinds of things. So make sure you review. That means go back, watch the video again the next week, watch the video again the next month. Make sure you refresh your brain. Don't watch something just one time and think, okay, I learned it, I'm done. That's a huge mistake. Do not do that. Make sure to review. Okay? Next. Some tips for video. Make your own sentences with new vocabulary and grammar you learn in the lesson. Make your own sentences. Make your sentences with new vocabulary and grammar you learn in the lesson. So for example, if you watch one of my vocabulary videos, maybe there are 10 vocabulary words or 10 phrases in the lesson. You can, after the lesson, write down 10 sentences that you made with the new vocabulary words. Or if you watch a grammar lesson, one of my grammar lessons, use the grammar point to make some sentences of your own. So take a few minutes after the lesson to create something for yourself. Yeah? Okay, so making your own sentences. You can also make flashcards with new words and phrases you learn. Make flashcards. So if you're studying vocabulary and you find some new words and phrases, write them down on a flashcard. Or if you use a phone, like an app, a flashcard app, you can use that too. Okay? Finally, another tip, check the subtitles or the captions. So what's the difference? Subtitles is at the bottom of the screen, the words that appear in your language. Yeah, that's a subtitle. Caption is the thing that the person is saying in their language. That's the difference. So in this case, if you watch this video, I speak English in these videos, so I would have English captions, and you would have subtitles in your language if there were a translation available. Okay? So check the subtitles or the captions for words you don't know, depending on what you're studying. Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm looking for your questions live. Neo says, I created like 2,000 flashcards. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Okay, I don't see questions, so let's continue. Let's go to movies and TV now. So movies and TV, I have all of the above. So we can do all of these things with movies and TV, the same strategies, yeah? But a couple points I want to talk about with movies and TV. First, here's an idea for discussion practice or online discussion practice. It's to look for online social media groups and communities talking about the movies and TV shows you like, okay? So look for an online group. For example, if you like the show Friends, that's a really popular American TV show. If you like the show Friends, you can go online and find a community, social group, maybe Facebook group, Reddit, I don't know. You can find a group of people talking about that series. So participate in the discussion. So add your own comments. If that's scary, if participating is scary at first, that's okay. Just start by reading the discussion. So start by reading the discussion and learning new vocabulary. So this can help you because, of course, watching the TV show, you know the characters and the stories and so on. But talking to other people about what you saw and about what you heard is a different skill set, right? So this is another way that you can practice, okay? So look for discussion groups. You can do this with YouTube videos too sometimes. If you like a really big creator, maybe there are people talking about your favorite creator on a YouTube community somewhere, okay? But maybe movies and TV, for popular movies and TV, there are probably some communities talking about those topics, okay? Cool. All right, good. So this is part 1 for today, how to use videos and movies. And again, review. Please, please, please review. Make sure to review. Awesome. We'll take one quick break. I'm looking for your questions. Rashid says, you are my community. Yeah, that's true. The YouTube chat, we have live video running on YouTube chat. I know there are many people that chat together in the comment section as a community, and maybe the Facebook page as well. That's a good community where people can practice. Absolutely. Good point. Okay. I don't see any other questions. Oh, hey, Patrick Oliveira. Thanks very much for the support from Brazil. That's super cool. All right. Let's take a quick break. I said, so if you missed it earlier, I talked again about the free PDFs you can find from the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, and above the video if you're watching on Facebook. Download these and practice to pick up some phrases, some vocabulary words, some key culture points. You can download all of them. You don't have to choose only one. You can download all of these. I showed you, what haven't I showed you in a while? Oh, here's some for travel. Here's one for time and planning. So check out some topics, grab a few, print them out, put them on your phone, your computer, so that you can practice. You can find the link below or above the video. Okay, cool. So let's go to part 2 for today's lesson. So if you haven't, please, please, please make sure to like this video and share it so that other people can find today's lesson. That would be super cool. All right, let's move along. Someone says, how can I improve my speaking through videos? That was point number 1 in this video. So please go back after the live stream. Phew. Okay, let's go to the next part. Books, podcasts, and music. How can we use these resources for our studies? Of course, review. Again, such an important thing to do. Let's talk about books now. So, from the book, you choose a book you're reading. I will talk later about how to choose books and things. It's part 3. So, create lists or flashcards of new vocabulary words. Create lists or flashcards of new vocabulary words. So when you read and you find a new word, you can mark it, or what I do, I try to read one page completely. I don't stop. And then I go back and I mark the new words so I can put them in a list later. That's what works for me. So you can create a list or flashcards with new vocabulary words in the way that's best for you. Okay. Another thing, read out loud to practice speaking. Read out loud to practice speaking. So the book you're reading, just say it out loud. Like maybe when you are home alone. Maybe don't do it in a library. But read the book out loud. This will have you practicing grammar patterns, vocabulary words, creating sentences, yeah? You don't have to think about what to say, just read it from the page. So, read out loud to practice speaking. Okay, another one. This is a tip for just if you feel tired. I know sometimes when we read a book in another language, in the language we're studying, it feels really difficult. Yeah, like you feel tired. You want to read, but you can't. You feel you can't, and you feel tired, right? Here's a tip to help with that. So if reading for a long time is difficult, choose a number of pages to read every day. So for example, choose 1 page every day, or 2 pages every day, 5 pages, depending on your level and depending on you. Help you get regular practice. To read the book really fast, like in 1 week, like 50 pages a day. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. You burn out, like you have no energy, right? So instead, break it down. Say, okay, I'm going to read 2 pages every day, or I'm going to read 5 pages every day. That gives you time to check for new vocabulary words and review your new vocabulary words, and you practice every day with this approach. So if reading for a long time is difficult, just break it down, make it smaller, yeah? Okay. All right. This is book tips, some book tips, okay? Let's go to the next part, podcasts. So, podcasts, you can do shadowing practice. If you don't know what a podcast is, it's just audio, yeah? It's just like one person or maybe 2 people or a group of people. It depends on the podcast. It depends on the series. People, they talk about a topic like news or language learning or science, technology, whatever. There are so many podcasts, so you can find one you like. But how do you use that for your studies? You can do shadowing, which I talked about before. So repeat the things the speaker says, yeah? So try to mimic the way they speak. Then some podcasts have transcripts. So transcript is the words in the podcast. What do they say? So all of that file is called a transcript. So you can check the transcript if there is one. Not all podcasts have transcripts, but check the transcript for some reading practice. Yeah? Okay. Onward, let's see. Victor says, is Google Translate reliable for pronunciation? Ooh, good question. I don't use Google for pronunciation checking. I usually use Merriam-Webster, the American Dictionary, the American English Dictionary, to check pronunciation. So I usually don't use Google for that. I can't give a good answer for that. I usually use the dictionary for it. Okay. Others. Lots of people are saying, what kind of book? What book should we read? What do you recommend? Part 3. I will talk about this in part 3, okay? All right, next part is music. Music. Many people ask, can I study with music? Yeah, here are some ideas. And also, please remember, when you choose music, try to choose music that is maybe polite, if you're a beginner too. So, of course, there's lots of really cool music out there that uses different ways of speaking and different vocabulary words. But try to choose music that has kind of everyday conversation topics, or maybe is easy for you to use in your everyday life. Okay? So what can you do with music? Sing along with the music. So when you listen, again, this is active practice, yeah? When you listen, sing at the same time as the singer, yeah? So sing along with the music. Sing along with the music, okay? Then try to memorize the words. Try to memorize the words. How can you do that? So, for example, you could listen to one line and then try to say it without the music, then the next one, and then the next line. So try to memorize the words. Be careful when you do this. Sometimes I hear people in any language, they make sounds that are kind of similar to what the singer says. take the time to check the lyrics and read them. Check the lyrics and read them. So don't just try to make the same sounds. Take a moment, take a few minutes, check the lyrics. Lyrics means the words of the song. So like the transcript of the song. So check the lyrics and read those to make sure you are saying the words correctly. You're saying the correct words too. So try to memorize the words to the song. Okay, and then try to translate the lyrics. This is something else you can do, because trying to translate the lyrics is kind of fun because it's one short line usually, or maybe 4 short lines with one idea. So it's like a short translation exercise. I did this in high school actually with music I was listening to. That was fun for me. So you can use these ideas, these strategies to practice with music. So there are some ideas for books, podcasts, and music. Okay, some questions. Please don't spam the chat, everybody. Make sure everyone has a chance to participate, yeah? Okay, I don't see any questions about today's topic, so let's go to we'll do one more super quick break and then we'll go to the last point. So if you missed it before, there is free stuff for you from the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. These free things I showed you. If you want to download these to practice your vocabulary and to build new vocabulary, take a look. These are for free. You need your name and an email address, yeah, to get these, and then you can download all of them. So check it out. Okay. Yeah, let's go. So not everybody, many people are repeating the same question. What books, what books, what books, what books? I said I would answer this in part 3. You must be patient. You guys are very impatient. Part 3, my gosh. Okay, let's talk in part 3 about how to choose resources. How to choose resources. So this means, how do I choose books? How do I choose movies? How do I choose TV, podcasts? What do I do? Okay, lots of you say, what's the best book? What's the best movie? There's no such thing as the best thing for everybody. You have to choose according to your level, according to your interests, according to what you can access, right? So every person has a best. Every person at different levels has a best thing. So there's no perfect answer for everybody. So how do we choose? First, very important, choose something you enjoy or that you are interested in. Maybe you need it for work, so you're going to use it every day. So choose something you enjoy, a book you enjoy, a movie you enjoy, whatever, podcast. This will help make sure you practice every day. Okay? So choose something you actually like for your studies. If you choose some really random topic that you hate, your motivation is probably going to be low. Okay? Then, when you choose a book, choose something you can understand 70 to 80% of. When you choose a book, choose something you can understand 70 to 80% of. So that means you go to the bookstore and you check books. You take some time to look at the books and go, this seems really hard for me, or this one seems about right. So take a little bit of time to check the book, to check a few pages, to look at the topics, to look at the vocabulary words. If it's too hard, you don't need to get it now. Maybe it's interesting for you, so you can add it to your list for the future. But try to choose something you can understand, maybe 70 to 80% of. So why do I say this? Because if you choose something that is too difficult for you, you will lose motivation. It will drop. Like if you can't read one page without stopping, you have to stop every sentence to check vocabulary words, your motivation drops, right? So choose something you can understand that you can understand 70 to 80% of. In my case, when I choose a book, that means maybe on one page I find like 2 or 3 new vocabulary words about there. So more than that, and I think it's a little too difficult. So I try to find a book that I'm interested in and that is at my level. Also, if this is difficult, try looking for young adult books. So books for like teenagers in the native language, that's great. So look for those, they're called. Also, like reading practice books in English for learners, you can check those. If those are super, super difficult, start with children's books. I've used children's books when I was studying Japanese for the first time. So check that out. So there are many different levels. So start with children's books if you have to. That's fine, no shame, don't be embarrassed. And then slowly work up.